and we have begun the struggle. We are taking it to another level. We will not back down in the face of repression. We will not be told it is too complicated to talk about the murder of our youth. We are going to talk about it, and the world is going to have to look at what they are doing to our youth. The world is going to have to see that in this homeland of freedom and democracy, as they like to call it, a genocide is being carried out. They talk about tyrants and human rights violations while they run torture chambers like Rikers Island, while they sanction police terror and murder and say a cop only has to say he's afraid of black people to get away with it. This must stop, and we are out to stop it. Which side are you on?
I mean, this is Rise Up October. Rise Up October is really a continuation of rights we've been fighting for since the 60s. And for the last 50 years, people have been applauding our successes in civil rights and racial acceptance. And all we're seeing is the same thing we saw 50 years ago. Yeah. People are getting killed daily. We see the statistics. It's gone from, what, once every 8 hours? Well, still like 3 a day. People are getting killed by law enforcement. From people that we are paying with our tax dollars to serve and protect us are killing us. What world in our consciousness does this make sense? It makes no sense at all. And that's why I'm so proud to be here right now, standing with all my brothers and sisters, my revolutionary Christian, my revolutionary communist. I guess I'd be a revolutionary green right now.
Yeah! That's all right.
I love it because, you know what? When we shared this call for Rise Up October, all of my Green Party brothers and sisters from this state to the island of Hawaii said we are disgusted. We just can't believe what's going on in this country. If this was any other country, we'd be going to war with them right now.
Yeah.
We'd be going in there saying, you know, we got to install a democracy in there because people are getting killed at an outrageous rate here. 3 a day. 3 a day people are getting killed by law enforcement, and that's not right. And not even the people that are killed by law enforcement, like we talked about here, Rikers Island. People are going to Rikers, and they're not even being charged, which is really just an extension of the Obama campaign. We can just lock you up without giving you any charges.
It's legal kidnapping.
Yeah.
It is legal kidnapping, and it's state-sponsored terrorism.
Yeah,
I will say that.
That's right.
People are being tortured on a daily basis, killed on a daily basis. And the only reason they're able to do this is because we don't have numbers in the street now to come out and say, this is wrong. We fall prey to the Democrats and Republicans that come out and say, hey, we're here, we'll take this issue on for you, we'll lead it to the end, and they don't do anything for it.
That's right.
And that's why I'm so proud to be here as a Green Party member, or whatever party you are. But if you're in support of Rise Up October and you're for the people, then you should be out here.
More than 40 families of people killed by police who are going to be in Times Square Thursday, October 22nd for No More Stolen Lives, say their names. They're going to be joined by more family members who couldn't come on Thursday but will come on Friday, and some are taking red eyes in to be there on Saturday. We will have more than 100 family members from around the country joining together with dozens of family members from the New York area throughout this time period. A collective voice of those who have suffered the horror of having a loved one snatched from them, their lives stolen by those who have sworn to protect and serve, is being forged through this effort. And I was on a conference call with like 25, 30 family members last night. They were talking about what they were doing in terms of what the mothers of the disappeared do in Argentina, in terms of what the mothers of the 43 missing students in Mexico are doing in Mexico. They are saying there has to be a collective voice of those of us who have had loved ones stolen from us by law enforcement. And that's something that's coming together. And it's not easy to do that. Lots of funds need to be raised. I mean, when you figure bringing 100 family members from around the country to New York City, putting them up, feeding them, transportation both ways, you're talking like about $1,000 a person. So we've been raising money. Just go go to RiseUpOctober.org, and then you can find the thing to click on to go to the crowdfund page.
What we have done is we have gone into the communities and we have gathered the stories of people who have loved ones in Rikers or people who have spent time in Rikers. And if you go into the projects, any part of this city, a lot of other places too, but where we've been mainly has been in the projects, everybody has an intimate experience with Rikers. We've been going to the people, not to the warden, not to the prison officials. They have been gone to, they have been appealed to, their crimes there have been documented. There's a pattern of guards who've been convicted of abuse actually being promoted. The violence in Rikers has escalated in recent years. This has been documented, and so our approach has been to recognize that what's been missing is not the exposure, not the lawsuits, not the documentation, not the truth-telling even, but the people who are willing to go and put ourselves on the line to say that this must stop. And we have recognized that it's gone on for decades. There have been 6 class action lawsuits filed against Rikers that have been settled. Many more that have been filed. 6 that have been settled since 1990. Each one promises drastic reforms, more cameras inside, more use of force requirements on guards. Each of them has the same promises, and yet over and over again we find that the guards take inmates to the 1 or 2 places remaining without cameras. And there will always be somewhere without cameras. And they beat these inmates, and they injure these inmates. And so we are going with that behind us to stand in front of the entrance of Rikers Island and put ourselves on the line because Rikers Island must be shut down.
No communication with the administration or
No,
contact?
no.
Crucial feature of any move from an ice age to an age that begins to melt with just the breaking of the back of fear. What Ferguson signified was the breaking of the back of fear among young people especially. Young people have always served as the vanguard, and once they are fearless, once they are courageous, it's just a matter of them having comprehensive vision and having an analysis of empire, capitalism, patriarchy, homophobia, coming together and saying, we're going to change this mess that we find ourselves in.
People should write to students at RiseUpOctober.org. We are on a mission to organize as many campuses, as many youth as possible. People should write in, people should be part of organizing on their campus, we should be part of speaking in classrooms, we should be part of bringing together all their friends, going out to the middle of campus, and actually letting people know that, look, we are marching, we are going to be part of Rise Up October, we're going to be part of these acts of civil disobedience, and we're calling on you to be part of that as well.